Be a candy cane, Randy.
Yeah, we straight chillin', serial killing, pre-cold villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
And welcome to another rusty episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 543, recorded on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Tonight, we are talking about another host pick. This one was chosen by me. It is Joyride from 2001. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
Jesus Christ.
Didn't even.
Right on schedule.
There we go. This
Right
fucking lag is killing me. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, Rand Diesel. That Rand Diesel fuels what the show runs on. It's what we need.
That is
We
that is
depend
what
on
it runs on. It runs on me. I am the mechanics, the workings, the inner workings of this whole shebang.
It's true. Last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy. Candy cane stains because he mixes it with blood and makes the world taste good.
I feel like this is not the first time you have riffed on the Candyman theme
No,
song.
yeah.
Just there's about
Pretty
5
sure.
movies I can use this with. So, once we hit them all.
5 movies that we've done so far. I think there's probably, infinite number, really.
Boys, what do you think your little handle would be? Black Sheep, Mama's Boy. We got Rand Diesel. I feel like that one's pretty good.
Rand
Yeah,
Diesel's
that fits the
pretty
bill for
locked
me.
in. Yeah.
Bob, you need yours. You got to think on it. You got to have it before the end of the show.
They call me Big Rig Bob.
Oh boy, that's so creative.
BRB for short.
The old rusty gutter.
I call him. This is the old rusty gutter checking in.
Soul Juice.
Soul, yeah, that's
Rusty Shackleford.
Perfect.
Yes.
Boys, I gotta say happy birthday to us.
Oh shit!
It's appropriate we're doing this movie then. Did you plan that out, Bob?
Yeah.
Did you plan it just like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
So, Bob, explain. Why is this our birthday? How old are we?
So, the show just turned 11. We started in September of 2014, so we're officially kicking off our 12th year.
Oh
With this
my
episode.
Damn.
God.
Crazy.
That is
And
a lot.
Talking about Joyride here, which kind of makes perfect sense because this is a long lost episode. This is one of the very first shows we ever recorded was a review of Joyride, but that file got corrupted and it never saw the light of day. So we're coming home.
Yeah,
Full
there's
circle.
not
Look at
even
our
a vault
souls.
to keep it in. It was gone. It was lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Dropped
was
in
rusty.
the ocean.
Too rusty for the
Mhm.
internet. So here we are doing
Sure.
it again. Before we get into it, though, we do have kind of a lot of housekeeping. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Boy.
So, brand new month. That means we got a poll closing and a poll opening. September poll has now closed. Needful Things won it.
Whoa, Bob, did you
Damn.
get punished? How did it feel to get punished?
Ooh.
Feel
It
pretty
felt
good.
Just right. So very right. Yeah,
I hope
Needful
the
Things
Slack
won it
came out to punish you, Bob.
with 50%. 50% of the vote. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Damn.
Not bad.
That isn't a bad one.
That means we do have our October poll currently posted
This
on our
is the
Patreon
one,
website.
boys. This is why we live the next 3 months.
This
This is
why we live.
this is what we
75%
live for.
of the year is bullshit.
No, the next 4 months, September, October, November, December. I mean, this is
60% of the year is bullshit.
the golden months, boys. This is it. Here we
Pumpkins.
go. All right, starting off with the Halloween poll. Bob, tell us all
Hot
about
Yeah.
it.
damn.
So, if you're a new listener to Straight Chilling, we take our October poll, we do things a little bit differently. So, the three hosts on the show, we each pick out a triple feature where all three movies are connected in theme. And then you guys vote on the theme alone. And then at the end of the poll, October 1st, whatever wins, we then announce what the three movies we'll be reviewing on our big October triple feature episode will be.
Oh, she's a fancy flapjack.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a fancy flapjack, Bob.
It's pretty fancy. We're talking about three movies in one episode, and you're
God
voting on theme
damn.
alone. So,
Bob,
the
what are
themes,
those movies? I want to know.
You can't know.
I actually
You're not
do know them. I
allowed.
know all of them.
You're
Wow.
not allowed to. No, we swapped everything since we spoke.
Everything's left.
Yeah,
Wait, I don't hear my theme in this poll at all.
that's
Just-
right. You've won too many times.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
you really have won like 4 out of 5 or some shit.
Something
I
like
think
that,
you
yeah.
have won every single time, actually.
Oh,
This is
really?
our-
Since we've been doing the how
Oh,
long have we
really?
been
I
doing
thought
the
we-
triple feature?
This is our fourth or fifth year. I think you've won.
Yeah.
This might be our fourth. And I think
Oh,
you won the
because we
first
were
three.
doing Halloween up until then we were doing triple features of like just Halloween movies. Like we did 4,
Yeah.
5, and 6, and then 1,
Yeah,
2, and
Halloween,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
yeah,
yeah,
H2.
then we
Yeah,
converted
that's
to
right. Okay,
this.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bob, tell us about that poll.
Yeah, we got three themes for you to vote on right now. The themes are Monster Mash, Nightmares, and
Ooh.
Pay the Price.
Ooh, those
Ow.
sound exciting and spooky. And whoa, Bob, tell me
Man,
how those
good.
numbers are looking.
Those sound good. Ooh. In last place, we got Pay the Price with 20% of the vote. In second place, we got Nightmares with 27% of the vote. And in first place, we got Monster Mash with 53% of the vote.
Well, it's
Damn, people love the
October
Monster Mash.
2nd. So we got a long
September.
I mean September. It's September
It's a
2nd.
day.
I'm just
Let's do not cheat us out of one
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
three
no.
acceptable months as have been established.
It's all we have.
This is what we live for. Yes, it is September 2nd. So we got a long ways to go though, but I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Get those votes
That's a-
in before the end of September, and we'll see what three movies we're talking about this October. In other Patreon news, we're dropping mini casts every other Friday. We just dropped one on a movie called Together last Friday. Your boy Rand Diesel was waxing about this one.
You're damn right I was.
Mm.
To
Yeah,
completion.
Damn.
God damn.
You gotta wax it if you want to be together. You know what I'm saying? So take a
Wow.
listen at that. That is now available over on our Patreon website for your
That's how
ear
they
holes.
do it in that family.
That's how they do it. Next up, we got something a little bit different dropping Friday, September 12th. This is going to be your boy Soju talking about the entire first season of Penny Dreadful.
Yep, I've been holding on to
Ooh.
this one. I've been wanting to do this for a long time because Penny Dreadful is just one of those perfect spooky season watches, even though it's not necessarily set around Halloween, but it's just you got all the classic monsters, you know, you got your Frankensteins, you got your Boogermans, I mean Wolfmans.
Well, of course, here come the demons.
But yeah, it's a great watch for Halloween season.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would like to rewatch it as well if I can find the time to do so.
Bob,
Check
you've
that
got
out.
Plenty of time on your hands. What are you talking
I don't
about?
do anything.
It's not
Check-
like you're the diesel that runs this engine or anything like that. Come on.
I'm something stupid like tires or something.
Oh,
Nobody
my-
likes
you're,
those.
You're like the little hula girl on the dash.
Actually, you're
Or
right.
the nut sack that swings from the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah, you're
The
the
truck
truck
nuts.
The truck nuts.
To
Bob's
make sure
truck
everyone
nuts are
knows
the
that this is
straight
a
truck.
male vehicle.
Have you ever had to describe truck nuts to someone in Korea?
I have not.
Dude,
Oh,
I can't
man.
imagine.
I've not
the
had
We
that
host that
pleasure.
seminar today.
The bush. They're nuts,
Head
but they're
talk from
chrome.
Juice. Here are the truck nuts of the future.
American
Today-
culture. We're protecting our culture. You see, it's important to us. It's sacred.
Oh man.
Okay, Patreon stuff. We got some Patreon stuff. So we actually have a special guest that's going to bring us some news regarding something very big happening on
Oh, boy.
Patreon in the month of October. Randy, do you have that bump lined up here?
Mm-hmm.
Let it roll.
All right.
Oh, hi there. It's me, Sexy Dracula. Once again, the Straight Chilling crew made me an offer that I just could refuse. But I did not want to deprive you of me, Sexy Dracula. So I'm here to tell you about the Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a surprise film screening with commentary and drinking game, a costume contest, and horror trivia hosted by everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin from Plug It Up Podcast. All you have to do is sign up on the Straight Chilling Patreon at any level, and you're invited to the sexiest graveyard smash of your life. Be sexy this Halloween season and come chill at Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dost thou want to live chilliciously? Sexy Dracula out!
I'll tell you, Harry. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well,
Thank you,
move
Sexy
over
Dracula.
DJ Elzebub. There's a new monster in town.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And he's sex positive.
Sounds like
You
my
gotta
kind of
be.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta live chilliciously, you know? The kids are saying it. The chids are saying Chids? The chids are saying
Chids.
that.
I hope the kids aren't.
All the chids. You know, that's short for children, so it
The
checks
chids,
out.
they grow up and become chuds, you know?
Oh,
The
boy.
chids.
Them little baby chids. The chidlets.
So yeah, come hang out with us on Friday, October 24th for our 5th annual Chilloween party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is going to be a lot of
Tis
fun. I
the
could have
season.
sworn when I first listened to this that you said 10th annual, and I was like, "What the fuck is?"
I didn't say
who's drunk
anything.
here. Someone's drunk on power here.
That was Sexy Dracula.
yes, yes.
I think that's all we got for Patreon. Last thing I got to mention here is we do have a bonus episode dropping this Friday on our main feed. This is going to be your boy Rand Diesel talking about every movie he had the pleasure of watching at the Fantasia Film Festival this year. Banana. Yeah, Randy loves bananas and he loves the Fantasia Film Festival. So check that out
That's right.
this Friday.
Cool.
Oh boys,
I
quite a list.
think our house is clean.
Yeah, let's call it clean,
Let's
shall
say
we?
It's clean.
Okay.
His house is clean.
Let's get into the main event. We're talking about Joyride, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
Bob, I know you own this box.
Bob, in fact, that box looks like a DVD. Is that a DVD?
That box could vote.
This is a DVD. Yeah.
Bob.
It definitely can vote. This is one of the very first DVDs I ever bought ever.
Whoa, that's important.
Yeah.
Still have it.
Where did Bob go wrong? Were he and his friends sifting way too long through those Blu-ray bins? And it gets worse, he'll have no jet ski, wasting all his dough on those DVDs.
12 years in,
Now-
boys, and we got a lot of jokes.
And
to
that-
pull
do.
from.
Now, as I recall, you received this Blu-ray or DVD rather as a gift from your dealer, Mikey. Correct? Yeah, he gave you the first one for free. Gave you a taste.
Oh, that should have been pre-Mikey.
Probably from my
Yeah.
mother because I was like 12 at the time.
Oh my God,
So
your mother got you hooked. I'm so sorry.
thanks, Mom. She did it. This is her fault. This movie has like 3 or 4 alternate endings, and something that they did on this DVD. This DVD is fucking amazing, honestly. They give you a roadmap that's printed on this little piece of paper inside the DVD case, and it tells you how to navigate to the Easter eggs that are on the main menu
That's
of the DVD
cool.
to find
That's
all the
pretty
alternate endings. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. They put a lot of thought into it, and you can tell.
Back in the day, man, there was some cool shit going on with DVDs.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. There was a time where
sick.
there was fucking effort put into
It
that.
was like
shit.
it was like a thing, artwork within itself. Or
Yeah,
art form.
designing these things.
Yeah.
One of the alternate endings is 29 minutes long, by the way.
Jesus
What?
Christ! I feel like we had to have watched that at some point.
Yeah,
But
I
I
know,
don't remember any of them.
I definitely have. Yeah, actually, in one of the alternate endings, I believe it's the 29-minute long one. Your boy Walton Goggins shows up as a police officer. Yeah,
Wow.
Man.
yeah.
All right.
So,
Uncle
that's a
Baby
pretty-
Billy himself.
Pretty cool DVD. All those bonus features and stuff are on the Blu-ray as well. So if you can't find the DVD, it's you're gonna get all the same stuff. It's just not like hidden and like fun to discover where it is and all that, but still available for you. Joyride, 2001, rated R, with a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes. This was directed by John Dahl. This was written by Clay Tarver and also a little feller known as J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jimmy Johns Abrams.
Jimmy Johns Abrams stars Steve Zahn, Paul Walker, Legally Sobieski, a whole host of other lovely, wonderful folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. 3 young people on a road trip from Colorado to New Jersey talk to a trucker on their CB radio, then must escape when he turns out to be a psychopathic killer. Boys, I know we've all seen it before, but like how many dozens of times have you seen it? And would you recommend folks at home check it out? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
Man, both hard questions actually. I don't know how many times I've seen this film, but I remember vividly watching on that very disc in your mother's home as like 8th graders or some shit. Like we were young, and we watched that a lot because it was just the horror DVD we had. I couldn't like I do think that my impulse is to say yeah, I totally recommend this movie, but I have such heavy nostalgia goggle around this particular movie that I want to caveat with that and say like, look, your mileage may vary, no pun intended.
Hey-o.
But like I just don't. I think that it's worthwhile for sure, but I am very, very biased in this regard. So
All
that's
right.
where I'll say. That's where I'll leave it.
Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I've seen this. I don't know how many times, but I will say it's been a while. I haven't watched it recently, so it was fun to revisit it. Maybe since the last time we tried to cover it. And yeah, I think this is a really fun kind of low stakes horror movie. You know, there's no sequels, there's no franchise involved. You know, it's a pretty simple story, and I think it's a lot of fun. And it's particularly dated too, because it's a 2001 where there's most of the technology that we would rely on today just doesn't exist. So it's kind of quaint in that way. So yeah, I think people should check this out. I think it's pretty fun. And I think it's got some fun thrills as well. It's not like scare the shit out of you scary, but I think it's got some good tension. Bob, how
I mean,
about
if
you?
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously recommend this. This was my host pick, and similar to I think both of you guys, I have like big time nostalgia goggles on while watching this. But I do think even like watching it through like a more analytical lens, I guess, I think it does hold up pretty well as a solid thriller. And I do think this is a great starter horror, even though it is rated R. Like I don't think there's anything too crazy happening in it. So if you
Maybe
got
one thing, that's
maybe
kinda
one thing,
gnarly.
yeah. But you know, I think we were watching this when we were like 12, maybe 13.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a great way to like get maybe the next generation dip their toes in the water a little bit, so to speak. But yeah, they will probably be like, "What the fuck is this CB radio nonsense? What is this?"
I mean,
Where's
we
the
didn't know what that was.
Wi-Fi?
Like that
Yeah.
was old school when we watched this movie, which kind
Yeah.
of gives it a little bit of a leg up in that regard. Like it's already like explaining these things in a way
Yeah.
that people that weren't raised around them would understand. What kids would have a trouble with maybe is a payphone, but you know, that's a whole other issue.
Or a prank
Yeah.
call. What the hell is that?
Why would you
Pranks
do
are
that?
what you do on TikTok.
It's
bro.
like swatting someone, but you don't get arrested.
Or maybe you
And they don't
depending.
die.
Yeah.
Except in
That
this
sounds
case.
like general recommend from the Straight Chilling crew.
Ooh,
solid
kind of a
recommend.
tight recommend, a little bit of
Tight.
A little tighter than
tighter
normal.
recommend. It's a tight little recommend here for you.
Tight recommend, says Randy. All right, check out Joyride. We will be spoiling the shit out of this movie, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Whoa, Bob, you got that plot synopsis? Should be pretty easy.
I got it. Yeah, there's a lot of little things that happen, so I'll
Did you
read
do all the
quickly.
alternate endings though? That's the question.
Ooh.
I did, and that's why I have 3 pages to read
I can't
through
believe
right
there's a
now.
That's what could have
29
happened. But
minutes.
what
I mean,
about
that's
this?
Yeah.
half the film.
Yeah, they
That is
ended
a lot.
up coming back and doing reshoots like a year or two after they had
Mm.
wrapped, I think. So it took a while to actually get this movie out, but anyway, here we go. Traveling from California to Colorado to pick up his crush, Vinna, Lewis stops in at Salt Lake City to bail his brother out. Fuller, who has been arrested for drunken disorderly contact, Fuller has a CB radio installed into the car. And he coaxes Lewis into pranking a trucker they hear on the radio with the handle of Rusty Nail. Lewis pretends to be a woman named Candy Cane and flirts with him before they experience interference and lose the signal. They check into a cheap motel that night, and Fuller has a very unpleasant interaction with a rude patron of the motel. Rusty Nail comes back on the CB calling for Candy Cane, and Fuller yet again coaxes...
prettier than a $20 whore.
Goddamn. Fuller yet again coaxes his brother to set up a meeting with Rusty Nail at the motel, but gives him the rude patron's room number instead of their own. They listen through the wall as Rusty Nail arrives, and they hear a commotion. They call the front desk, who calls next door and assures them that everything is just fine. The next morning, they awaken to find a police investigating the murder of the rude-ass patron. The officer believes the two aren't telling him the truth, so he takes them to the hospital to show them the man is in critical condition and has gotten the jaw ripped clean off his body. Ripped,
Little
you know.
clip.
Flipped
Just
it
kind of a
off
tight
there.
shave, you know?
They end up coming clean, and they tell the cops what happened. But they do let them go as long as they agree to leave town immediately. They oblige and haul some ass, but Rusty Nail's voice continues to haunt them on the radio. Lewis explains he impersonated a woman.
At the blue, she's a smart little girl.
Yeah. He impersonated a woman for a laugh, and Rusty Nail asks for an apology. Fuller calls him a freak and says he needs therapy. Rusty Nail then says they ought to get that tail light fixed. They realize he's following them, and they're almost out of gas. They pull off at a gas station and quickly fill up. They see a man driving an ice truck they think is Rusty Nail. He follows them down a dirt road, and they reach a dead end. Turns out the man was just trying to return Lewis's credit card he left at the gas station. The real Rusty Nail drives his big rig clean through the ice truck and chases after the boys. They get pinned in between a tree and his truck, and he slowly starts to crush the car. Fuller apologizes over the CB and says it was all just a joke, man. Rusty Nail says, oh, well, he's just joking too, and drives away. The boys
Just
now believe
joshing.
they... just having a josh.
Just
Giving you
a
good
prank,
riddance.
bro.
Just
Just
why
a
are you taking it
prank,
so
bro.
seriously? Why are
God.
you so serious?
Why? Why are you so serious?
Why
That's my
are
question for
you? The boys believe they are now safe. They go pick up Vinna from college. They stay at another motel, and Lewis picks up the phone in their room, and guess what? It's Rusty fucking Nail asking about the girl. They haul some ass and see spray paint on some road signs telling them to open the trunk. They do and find the CB radio they previously threw out the car window. They explain what's been going on to Vinna and install the CB. Rusty Nail reveals he's kidnapped Vinna's roommate Charlotte and directs them to a truck stop the next morning. He tells them to go in naked and order 12 cheeseburgers to humiliate them just like they did to him. He then tells them to meet him at a cornfield. He chases them through the corn in his truck and is able to kidnap Vinna as well. Rusty Nail sets up a meeting with the boys at another motel in room number 17, mirroring what they did to him. He tapes Vinna to a chair and rigs a booby trap where she will be shot in the face with a shotgun if the door is opened. Fuller tries to get in the room via the back window, but Rusty Nail impales his leg with a pipe. Lewis helps his brother as Rusty Nail begins driving his truck downhill towards them. At that exact moment, the police are about to open the door to room 17, and Lewis is barely able to save Vinna. As they burst through the door, Lewis runs back outside. The cops follow. He instructs them to shoot at the truck, barreling towards them. They do so, and the truck crashes into the motel. They find Rusty Nail dead, and a gagged and bound Charlotte still alive. While Lewis, Fuller, and Vinna are treated for their injuries, they hear the cops talk about how Rusty Nail was just an ice truck driver from Wyoming. The gang realize that's not Rusty Nail's body, and they hear his haunting voice once again come over the ambulance B radio. Roll them credits.
This doesn't happen in America. Maybe Ohio, but not in America.
Maybe Wyoming.
Oh,
Definitely
boys.
in Wyoming.
All right.
There you go. Riveting.
Yeah, man, this is just a fun fucking thriller of a thrill ride. I don't
Thriller
know.
of a rider.
Thriller of a rider. Yes. I'm desperately dying to know what the alternate endings are. Do you remember, Bob, or do you have them?
I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
There's
you wanna read 'em?
and so the one that made it into the final movie is the only one where he ultimately lives. I guess Rusty Nail
Okay.
ultimately lives. So there's one where the main one featured Rusty Nail's shotgun suicide, and numerous bodies are found in the police in his trailer. One featured Rusty Nail being arrested, another being beaten in a fight with both the Thomas brothers, another which he is blown up in his truck, and another saw Rusty Nail run over by his own truck. So one time he's run over, one time he's blown up. One time, I guess he's beaten to death by the brothers, or just beaten. And I guess when he's arrested, so I guess he does survive that one.
Jesus Christ.
But he loses in everyone, I guess, is the point.
Except for this one. Yeah. he
Yeah,
gets
except for this
away,
one.
Yeah, he
seemingly.
just cons them.
There's in the ending where he's in his truck and it explodes, there's a huge water tower behind his truck that I guess they had built like for the production, and it cost $100,000. But
Jesus.
it was supposed to like dump water onto his truck to like put it out and make you think maybe he was still alive in that one. And I don't think they ended up doing it, so they just kind of like wasted that money.
Oh, damn, dude.
So
Damn, dude.
whoops.
That sucks.
Shit.
That's bullshit luck. Bullshit luck.
I could have built it for 50,000.
I
built
could
it
have
for
built it for $1 million.
$99,000.
10 times more than what they paid.
Should have come to me first.
I think
I would have gotten a honey.
Yeah, it's, shotgun suicide. That one's pretty grim as well.
It is, yeah. I think this is a great starter horror movie. I mean, obviously we saw it kind of at the perfect age, generally speaking. But this, I mean, it's got like some language and like a little bit of violence in it. Nothing too crazy. The scene with the dude's jaw ripped off is probably the most intense. There's no like outright nudity, but you know, there's a bunch of like tense moments. Well, you see the dude's butts, I guess. You got rear male nudity.
Half star right there.
And yeah, so I just think for those reasons, generally speaking, there's a lot of tense moments. I think this would be a great sort of starter horror movie for some kids. And I also think it largely operates the same way as a slasher movie. So like it could be kind of a gateway to that, because you've got like this sort of mysterious man who's like following you and stalking you, and you don't know when or where you're going to be attacked. You don't really know what he looks like. There's all this like atmosphere kind of happening, like specifically when they're in these like, you know, the Bates fucking motel situation,
Right.
and also the cornfield chase scene. I think it just shares a lot of DNA with like slashers, like slasher
It
tropes are
definitely
sort
does.
of in here.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, because you think this is a movie that came out in 2001. It's still somewhat in the wake of like the Scream slasher resurgence boom. So there's a little bit of that, like you compare this to like what is that movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer, where it's, you know, some teens or whatever, some young people accidentally or seemingly low stakes prank or whatever in this case. They offend against an older person who
Yeah.
then comes back to exact their revenge, and you almost never see that person as if they were a slasher. It's like the human slasher
Totally, like
that is made through atmosphere rather
classic
than
horror
through...
trope. Yeah,
Right.
it
There's
feels like
that,
this
but it's
force.
also...
It's kind of the
bearing
opposite.
down
Yeah, it's
upon
kind
you.
of fun though, because it's the opposite, because
Right.
it is driven by a voice, a personality, whereas a lot of
Yeah.
them, Leatherface and Michael Myers,
He
they're all
is-
driven, and Jason, they're all driven by like a shape or an
But this is
idea.
the
He
shape
is
of, yeah, this is the shape of a
faceless,
voice.
and like I mean, you see the masks in
90%
most
faceless.
slashers, but you don't. Yeah, you don't really get to see them. It's just kind of.
This sort of
You get a
exists in
pretty
the
good
nebulous zone, but
look at him
sorry.
in the hotel.
Yeah, you do, but like
At the
you kind of have to keep a
end.
hawkish eye out because it is kind of blink and
Yeah,
you'll miss
it's
it.
quick,
But they
yeah.
show enough of
Yeah.
it to where you can kind of see like, yeah, this is just a regular guy.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
also like he's a little bit insecure. Like that, the whole thing is built on him being pranked on something that he's pretty insecure about. His
He's
sexual desires or
humiliated, yeah.
whatever.
I do.
Um,
It's funny, but I feel bad for when they're in the car and they're like, what would you do to me? And he's like, I'd take off
Oh
your
my God,
bra.
dude.
Like
Oh
you
my
feel kind of bad for
God.
him.
Oh yeah,
Also-
I feel bad for him the whole time because it's like I don't know, anybody who's going to play along with that is clearly very lonely because
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Paul Walker is not doing a good job.
Like
as always.
all truck drivers got to be kind of lonely, but they.
Yeah,
By
I
the
mean,
way,
it's a lonely job.
bras were not allowed on this production. Clearly, bras were taken off
They were burnt.
because damn.
I was gonna say though, like this movie kind of exists in this weird nebulous zone between the resurgence of slashers and sort of like the Seven Fincher vibes sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
the look
yeah.
of this movie, from the credits to the general aesthetic, the old school cars, that sort of thing, it kind of has this sort of like Seven-esque appeal. I think that they're drawing from those things.
It reminded
And
me
they
of
kind of
Texas
made this nice little
Chainsaw
amalgam.
Yeah.
in the
little
opening
bit.
credits. Anyways,
I mean,
it
even the
kinda
car
gave me that.
kind of looks like I forget what car it actually is, but the car from Evil Dead and shit. Like this is, I feel like there's like a lot of like dots you can connect to other stuff that existed before, but it sort of like nests nicely in between those things, I think.
I'd also say around this time there was a decent amount of movies that had a similar kind of DNA, with the kind of the almost last moment of our time in which you could kind of easily get lost out on the road. So you had, like The Hills Have Eyes comes to my mind, of a family kind of getting caught out in the desert. And then like Wrong
Also
Turn.
featuring Ted Levine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I feel like around this time, early 2000s, there was this like little boom of just like not necessarily focused on road trip movies, but movies that were driven
Jeepers
by
Creepers,
a plot.
too.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers of
Oh yeah.
being isolated out on the road, and being overcome
Highway
by
horror.
something. Yeah.
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 Highway
it's-
horror. Man,
it's
that's
a-
a theme we never touched.
It's a total subgenre, man. Like, Duel kind of being the first one that comes to mind.
Maximum Overdrive.
The Hitcher is another really good one.
Yeah. There's good
What's
shit
that movie
in
where
there.
the kid plays the banjo or whatever? That's kind of like
Deliverance.
Yeah.
Deliverance,
uh-huh.
except that's on a river, but yeah.
Yeah.
It does have that sort of like isolated
Nature's Highway.
journey sort of thing.
Breakdown, that Kurt Russell movie from the 90s. That's a solid one too.
I don't know that one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, solid subgenre that I think is generally just
Death Proof.
kind of the blanket of it is a good like starter horror genre, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ted Levine, however you say his last name.
I thought it said
Him
Levine,
doing
yeah.
I always said Levine too, but I'm not sure. I guess I've
She's a
never
great
heard
big
him.
fat person.
His voice is so fucking iconic.
So
man.
distinct. It's
Yeah.
so
Amazing.
creepy.
It's fucking incredible. I think casting him as the voice in this is like the same. It's like the same, like James Earl Jones being like Darth Vader, where they just use his voice and like another actor in the suit or
In
whatever.
horror circles, yeah, I think people are gonna recognize that. It's
Yeah,
like Tony
dude.
Todd's voice.
Yeah, it's a good comparison actually. His voice is just so fucking iconic, and like how many times have we just said Candy Cane? Juice, you had a GPS in your car
Yeah.
You named Candy Cane.
Yeah, this movie was like
Yeah.
so influential that we would say it all the time. And yeah, my GPS.
Back when that was a
until-
novel new thing.
I
Your
know it was
Garmin,
called Candy,
yeah.
like when it talked, because it had the woman's robot voice or whatever. So I called her Candy Cane.
Yeah,
Had Paul
yeah.
Walker doing a woman's voice. Oh man.
He drops a couple like solid one-liners too that like you want to get that fix your
Yeah.
tail light. And then when he
That's
calls
such
him
a late 90s fucking like horror stinger. I loved that. It's like
that oh shit
I want to
moment.
know who I'm looking at. It's
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
line, basically.
He
Mhm.
does that when Lewis is asleep on the bed and he calls him in the second hotel room and he's like, I thought you said there wasn't a girl. And he's like, there's
Yeah.
not. And he's like, well, then what's she doing in the next room with your brother?
With your brother. Speaking of,
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Zahn, first of all, the actor Steve Zahn is incredible. He is
Yes.
so fucking fun to watch in this.
Yeah.
Second of all, the character of whatever his name, Thomas, like Steve Zahn brother.
Lewis and
Fuller.
Lu-
Fuller.
It's Fuller. Yeah, Fuller
Yeah.
is a dirtbag piece
Go
of
eat
shit.
Piece
Piece
on
of
the
shit.
He is a piece of shit.
I
dude.
like,
He's
yeah,
such
this
a
is
piece
the
of
first time. It must be the age, because this is the first time I really feel like, fuck this dude. So
Everything he
much.
does.
That's your brother who
sucks.
bailed you out of jail
Yeah.
just to be nice.
Yeah.
His fucking
His brother's passed out on the bed, and he's like, "So you're cool if I go like bang your wannabe girlfriend,
That is
right?"
such a cooter move.
That
I've
he
never
completely
seen
like
it.
laid out the whole situation of like what his
Yeah.
brother's been dealing with. It's not like he's in the dark, or it's so fucked up.
I will say that, yeah, that is true. Like he clocked him right away, and this scene that was also kind of hilarious because Paul Walker, his character flies off the fucking handle at being read so perfectly and drives his ass, almost destroys his already like his $1,000 used car
Dude,
just because he's pissed off that his brother correctly guessed that he's got a thing for this girl he's gonna pick up.
your boy
That's not that hard to figure out, Paul.
Paul Walker bought that car to go get her ass. Like that's dedication, man.
Also, too, I don't know how much plane tickets were back in the 2000s, but I don't know if you could buy a car with a
No.
refunded plane
I think they just showed that to show that it's a refundable ticket because I had that same
Yeah.
thought. I was like, well, that's not like in the 90s or in the early 2000s.
Maybe it
It's
just
pro- like,
helped him buy it.
right
It
before
just-
9/11. I think it's probably pretty cheap.
couple $100 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he managed to squeeze out like a $1,400 car or something like that, and it's an awesome looking car.
Yeah.
The guy selling it to him, he gives him a salesman line, but it's true. It's like sexy choice here. It's like, yeah, that is a fucking rad choice. I love that car.
This car will get you laid.
Unless your
that's what
brother
I need.
swoops in.
Yeah, he's such a, but like he really causes all the fucking problems. He does the whole radio thing. He pressures his brother to do it. He causes a problem at the hotel. He just fucking, and he like chews out Rusty Nail when
he
his
won't
brother's like trying to
apologize.
apologize,
Yeah.
and he just causes all the fucking problems.
Apologize.
The only kind of clutch thing he does is like he kind of saves his brother from getting his ass beat by those drunk dudes in the bar.
Yeah,
That's
That's like the
pretty funny.
only clutch.
Shut up,
thing.
reminds me a little bit of
bitch.
like Saul Goodman.
You can't
Like,
turn your back for 1 second.
He's like Steve Zahn doing the slickness of Slippin' Jimmy from Better Call Saul. Like he's the brother that's who's slick and can talk the paint off a wall. You know, can do whatever he needs to do to get
Right.
through stuff, but then also ends up putting himself in awful positions and his family and friends in awful positions. Just out of like in his case specifically, just for the thrill of it. A lot of the
Yeah.
times, just because we get the impression that he's like got baggage around his parents, his dad in particular, who's a plumber who thinks he sucks. Oh, how did a plumber think I suck? It's like, well, you think a plumber sucks, so maybe you do.
Yeah, his whole
Um,
like spiel, he's just so unlikable because he tears his dad down for not for working.
Yeah, for being a blue collar worker, poor fucking
and for
you.
not wanting you to fuck up your life constantly.
Yeah, I mean, I feels like if they had done a little bit of extra there to give him give us some specifics on how specifically the dad was genuinely unfair, unkind, and kind of created the monster that is Fuller, then maybe his dad is Uncle Frank from Home Alone. Maybe Fuller did wet the bed a lot as a kid, and this is what happens when you have a kid who wets the bed and a piece of shit dad named
Drank way
Uncle
too
Frank.
much Pepsi in his life.
Just drinks too much Pepsi. But I don't know. We don't get any specifics besides he resents his dad for resenting him, or for not liking him, or for shitting on him supposedly. But it's not specific, and he deserves to be shat upon on every turn in this movie. He is an inconvenience and a problem all of the time.
He is comical. He definitely provides some comedic
love
relief
him for that.
throughout this
I want him
movie.
on he's my favorite performance in the movie. So
yeah,
it's not for lack of Steve Zahn being awesome. It's just the
he
character
plays a great asshole
Yeah.
in this. He really does.
just aloofness.
I forgot how late Venna actually shows up in this movie. It's at least halfway through. They finally get to her, and they experience so much shit before they pick her up. In it, some of the bonus scenes, the deleted scenes that you can watch, they have love scenes between her and Fuller and her and Lewis, and it's clear they didn't really know how they wanted to play it or whatever. So they just kind of got rid of all that, and there are no love scenes. But I think
your hand off my penis!
you can feel how they didn't fucking really know what to do with her, because they pick her up and then they have to immediately haul ass and then explain to her what's happened, and they both the brothers want to get with her, but neither one of them do. And then she's just kind of taken, and they have to go save her. And
yeah, she's very
really
much
do
the
much.
woman in the fridge
in
this
the
movie.
fridge. I knew you would say that, Randy.
Get in the fridge.
Yeah, I mean, she is she has very little character. The first time we see her, it's just this weird lingering shot of her in her panties on the bed, just hanging out, talking for no reason at all.
Gotta show
She's in her
the
dorm,
gooch,
but you know.
That's how I lounge around the
Show
house.
the
I don't know.
gooch out.
Look, you want to let your gooch breathe? That's on you.
I'll let my gooch do the talking.
What's it sound like, Bob?
You gotta pay for that.
Oh shit. Sexy Dracula knows what it sounds like. But yeah, and then you're right. She's there. She has to have everything explained to her about what's happening because she was not part of the infringing party.
Yeah,
and
just
then she
in case
becomes
you
a
weren't
token.
paying attention through half the movie, we're about to give you a quick recap. When
This is what happens.
And she's like, we're not going anywhere until somebody tells me why I should be afraid of a radio. It's that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah.
But also, why have this character in this movie at all, except to have some sort of sex appeal, some sort of bargaining chip.
Yeah. Really, and then the other woman who's taken too. I'm like, God damn, I feel really bad for her. She literally
she's
just
fucking
drove
her
on
goddamn
by.
Audi by.
Yeah, she didn't do shit.
She just said, "Hey, see you next semester."
Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Oh shit!
Never met these people in my life.
Just terrified.
Yeah,
At least she didn't die, I guess.
Yeah.
I know they did Venna though.
I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll bounce right back.
She'll be great.
Yeah.
She's a fancy flapjack.
She's
I'm
gonna
sure.
try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels.
She can't. That's fucked up.
Damn.
In this context. The whole situation, the booby trap they set up with Venna and the cops slowly going door to door, and you're like, oh my god, that ramp up of
That was
tension.
solid.
I like
good,
that.
Yeah.
It's a good moment.
Really,
yeah.
the tension, I think, is pretty solid in this movie. I
throughout,
think generally
Smart,
they do a good job of making the banter specifically from Steve Zahn, because I think he carries the brother relationship in terms of enjoyability. But once the transgression happens and Rusty Nail's involved or whatever, and they start doing a little cat and mouse, they manage to keep it fresh throughout, and they have a lot of little beats, a lot of little moments. Going into the gas station, one of them stays out and is watching the ice truck like a hawk. The other one is standing by the phone, and the ice truck driver opens a door behind him to the fridge case. Those are great moments. And then there's the cornfield, like you said, Bob. There's a lot of pretty distinctive areas for a road trip movie that is largely taking place in middle America, where there's just not not a ton of things on the highway for you to play with. They have the old
I like the signs that he
diners and
made,
stuff.
like look in
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
trunk or
Look in the
whatever.
trunk, Lewis. Yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Pretty
And
solid.
the little motels too, they're just like cool settings with the neon lights and stuff. And
It looks so badass, man.
it looks cool.
It's like kind
yeah.
of this timeless Route 66 feel about
Yeah.
it that really,
Yeah.
really still works to this day. Even, 25 years on. I think it
Yeah.
looks great.
Well, and also too,
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that we don't maybe quite realize too from the States, but like even anytime I'm talking from anyone, just not even just from Korea, but like anyone who's just not an American, and we're talking about even just like living in Florida, like, oh, how big is Florida and how long does it take to like get Miami?
Oh.
And like driving 8 hours, 7 hours to get to a city is like mind blowing to people. I
Yeah.
mean,
And we don't have high speed rail.
yeah, so I mean the idea that like you're just kind of in the middle of nowhere, the setting forever for thousands of miles is kind of a novel idea for most people. And if you've never like taken a long road trip like that too, it's kind of a vibe within itself. But also nobody dies in this movie. There's not in this horror movie that's filled with tension.
Well,
There's
the
no
one dude gets his jaw ripped off. He may or may not die.
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't
he doesn't die. But yeah, I mean, so but
guess
I
that's
will say
true.
that scene of the jaw rip is one of those like early, I mean, not necessarily early 2000s, but I feel like there's a couple of them. It's always stuck out in my mind the same way The Ring sticks out in my mind, the girl in the closet,
Yeah.
where it's just that iconic, like, holy shit. Like,
The
I
jaw's
love
too
how they
wide,
show
yeah.
it through the window, but it's clear enough to see that this dude's jaw is gone. That's
Fucking
pretty fucked up,
gone.
man.
You kind of just blew my mind noticing that this is a zero body count movie. I did not ever notice that.
Yeah, nobody dies.
But it's still brutal. Like there's I mean the limited amount of violence that happens is pretty brutal. I think
Yeah.
that like even Steve
all
Zahn's leg
tension,
being
though.
fucked up, they do pretty well to sell that, I think.
Yeah.
And like
Did
all
he
the
kill-
violence that happens.
Did he
Looks
kill
good.
the dude that was at the desk, the front desk of the second
Oh
motel?
yes, he did.
Oh, that's because
Yeah.
they go in and they see.
Totally
Yeah,
right.
that's true. Oh, and that actually technically you don't see it or anything, but I guess technically the guy who drives the ice truck.
Oh, the ice truck.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
body is
he's-
at the end. That's
I
right.
l-
Yeah, okay.
When that semi plows through that ice track, that shit was cracking me up.
Such a great reveal.
I love it.
Oh.
It was kind of like the critique you had, Bob, but it's awesome here of the new Jurassic Park, where it's like, this is a huge semi truck.
Yeah.
There's no way it's gonna
You-
be sneaking up
would
on you,
hear
and it
it
does every
barreling
time.
towards
It's
you.
always just
Look,
like, and here's the fucking.
I can make a
semi-truck."
justification for it, but it's who needs it, right? It's
No,
still
yeah,
enjoyable,
yeah.
right?
It's so
Yeah.
fun, but when it busts through that ice truck, dude, I was like, "This fucking kicks ass, truck nuts, baby. We're back,
Truck nuts. That's gonna
This
be my
is
battle cry from
culture
now on.
right here."
Dang, dang.
Wrestling and truck nuts.
This is
what America's
America.
built on.
Air horns and cheeseburgers. Whee!
So yeah, that's a little, but I was just kind of cracking me up that the semi is always just
Yeah.
creeping up, but it's always exciting moments, and yeah, driving through the cornfield and shit. It's so fun. And it's just something like really fun
Yeah.
about it.
I
Yeah.
also like thinking about it from Rusty Nail's perspective. This time around, I kind of was doing a little bit more of that, where I'm like, okay, so he has them just like go naked into this fucking truck stop just so he can get ahead of them and spray paint signs and shit. Like he's
yeah.
fucking Kevin McAllistering his ass all over the town.
Not gonna
setting
make
shit
that
up.
delivery time, I guess, buddy. Kiss that job
Yeah.
goodbye.
I would have eaten at least one of those burgers before I rolled out, Damn.
Mhm.
I loved, but his like personality is so disturbing, and that's part of like the voice is iconic, but I really do like the way that they build up his personality, where when he has him pinned, he he's doing it for the
plays with
fun
his
of it.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Another
was just
slasher
playing.
thing.
I was just playing with you guys,
Yeah.
or when I was just, and you're like, holy shit,
Just
this
joshing
dude is
around.
not
That scene is
chill.
Even the-
incredible, man.
When
The
he-
car is
Yeah.
slowly starting to flip over against the
Yeah, and
tree. It's so
smush.
good.
Yeah.
I love when like this is one that I just completely forgot how this happened, how this went down until this viewing. But when he has them go out into like just before like the cornfield scene, the beginning of the cornfield scene where he's like, "Oh, there's something out there for you, just a few hundred, like 100 feet ahead. Go on, check it out." And then he just tries to barrel through them. I thought that was kind of rad and also really fucking stupid in the best way because like
Kind of.
all
He
they have
ran
to
out
do
of tricks.
just like go,
Just walk over there.
just zag once. It's a fucking semi truck. Its turning
Yeah.
radius
I
is
did-
dog shit, and it's in a cornfield. He can't see shit.
I did notice in that scene he dropped his trailer somewhere because the first time he chases after him and he blasts through the ice truck, he's got his trailer. And yeah, turning that bitch on a
Oh.
dime is like fucking impossible. But in the corn scene,
Sure.
he learned his
There
lesson.
you go, Bob. Look at you.
Yeah, but it's still not a good turning radius, and
No.
you're in a fucking cornfield. You
It's
just
better
like
than you might
duck
think,
and you
dog.
go.
Also,
Better
too,
than
can
you
you
might think.
imagine actually
Semi-
driving a semi truck through a cornfield? That shit would be like
Throwing your ass around, yeah, man.
I wish they
Your
had, I wish they
spine
had
is
one sound
fucked.
through the CB radio at some point. I wish
Dude
they
had
just
a
heard
helmet Oh God!
Yeah. No, I know, man. That's
Getting
the one.
launched in that shit. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Try just driving to the corn.
That's the noise he's making. Getting
I was like,
his
can you
ass
imagine him driving to the cornfield? May
I just did.
It is hilarious how easily he just like grabs Venom out of the corn. Like just no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, like this is also like he's like not a small guy, and he's
Yeah.
able to sneak up on these people, even like just his personality. And that's another thing though, like he's not a small guy, but he is just a dude. And if like the idea that the Thomas brothers could catch him and just beat the shit out of him until
Yeah.
he was dead is not that far fetched. They're two stacked young men,
Yeah,
and he is
yeah.
a rotund older gentleman
Yeah.
with a
We've seen
spooky
them
voice.
glutes. We know them boys got squats.
Whoa.
You know,
I mean,
developed
so they-
hamstrings.
He's basically a sentient truck. Is the way that this that's what makes him scary.
It's like Maximum Overdrive, but not
It
as
is.
goofy.
Good.
Yeah,
Not as
but
goofy,
good.
and like
yeah,
actually spooky.
yeah.
Yeah.
You boys ever had pink champagne?
I think so. Probably at some point.
I don't think so.
I don't think I have.
I mean, I've had like a
It's
like
my
a pink
favorite.
wine, like a lighter wine or whatever. I mean, that's probably
A
close,
rosé?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, just
mean,
maybe
yeah,
just without
sparkling
the
rosé.
Rose wine, yeah.
yeah.
That's a bit.
It's my
nice.
Not a wine
favorite.
person, not a champagne person in
Champagne.
general, but I'm sure
Yeah,
like
I
at
don't
some
drink a lot
wedding
of
sometime.
champagne.
But
I
yeah.
take off for your bra.
Library take off your
y'all.
bra.
I love like I mean I don't love, but Steve Zahn just like gets such a kick out of that shit. He's just getting his rocks off. Like he's just fucking with people.
He's exactly the same character as he is in fucking That Thing You Do in terms of like his jokiness.
Yeah.
Kind of, and he's just trying to get laid too.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
Just trying to get laid, man.
But also
that's how
too,
it
the
goes.
radio aspect gives it a cool vibe too,
Jesus
because once you know that there's a certain area that you have to be in to use it, it does kind of, if you know what, it feels talking about a slasher, it kind of fills that role of the kind of stinger of like the music coming on, like you when you know the music starts, you know he's like in the area, he's close by, but instead the radio, when he's able to come on the radio, you know he's in a certain proximity.
Yeah.
So it's
They say
kinda
like
cool.
5 miles, I think,
Something
like
like
that.
It's a pretty solid, just like mechanical setup. Like the internal logic of this movie, for the most part, is pretty effective for a movie about being like terrorized in an isolated setting by a lunatic.
Yeah.
It works.
Those
I don't
fucking
know.
big rigs, man. I know a lot of people when they're driving down the highway gets really, really nervous when one of them passes them or they're like next to one or something. So like just taking that idea, and making it into a thriller just kind of makes perfect sense. I mean, they're huge,
They're
they're
massive,
fucking
yeah.
loud.
Big old doinks.
I mean, yeah, they
Yeah.
can do some serious damage.
And
So,
also too, the type of personality it takes, like you said, to drive one of those things is, they're
yeah.
isolated. And, we have some of these kind of like images of, the old dirty kind of truckers, but also maybe like massive
That's also a
too.
stereotype.
Oh, sure,
Like, which
sure,
this
sure.
movie just plays with that
It
stereotype.
does,
Essentially.
yeah. But again, to that isolation of being in an area where like you don't even have a place to call home, the locals, you don't know what the local vibe
That's
is
like-
like, even being able like to trust the local cops and stuff like that. It's just like it's an uneasy like another thing too. Recently I watched the Twilight Zone. I was watching the Twilight Zone episode, The Hitchhiker. Plays with like the same ideas of you're like out in the middle of nowhere, and even though you're in society, it's like you don't really know like who you can trust or where to go, or there's nowhere feels safe or comfortable, really. Yeah, it's just smart thing to play with
That
in a
was
horror movie.
Yeah.
Lily Sobieski's big contribution to this movie, basically, or like her character's big contribution is noticing, like, what's crazy is that nobody knows we're out here. If anything happened, nobody would know. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
thanks for pointing out the very premise of this movie to us.
She's
I
right,
don't think
Randy. Let her get out of the fridge, okay? Stop trying to put her back in the fridge. Randy.
Get back in the fridge.
Get in there.
Yeah. I think we kind of touched on most things. I would say even like the sort of secondary characters, the minor characters in this are like relatively well written. They feel like people. I love the cops saying, maybe if I take you all to have a look-see, it might refreshify your mind or whatever.
Refreshify.
That dude's like
Love
short
that.
performance is real. I love see it's
funny, but
everything
it's not
is
realistic. Like, it's
no,
not
but that's the
that.
thing is this movie that like kind of mostly feels grounded is able to have these kind of over the top campy moments without it feeling like a conflict of what's going on, and that is one of those moments where it's almost like a Camp Blood moment. Going to Camp
Yeah.
Blood,
It should be
ain't
hokier
ya?
than
Totally,
it is.
yeah.
I will say, like, I
Yeah.
think I thought that part was a little hokey, but like the small performance that I really liked was the other cop, like the one after they finally came clean about what happened in the first hotel after
Yeah.
that first kill, and he's like, "Now, do you know how much fucking bullshit I have to put up with now?" And then he gives the line, he's like, "This is gonna be like an old western. You two need to get the fuck out of town before sundown." I was like, "This guy rules with his mustache."
I like that
This
moment
guy's
too.
awesome.
It kind
Mhm.
of like
Um,
really reinforces their age and immaturity, kind of because it feels like they're getting chewed out by dad. Like, did they really do anything wrong? Like, legally, no, I guess not really. But at the same time, somebody has to teach them a lesson about like fucking
Yeah.
life. Like,
Th-
you little
This
shits.
happened because of them, because of them
Yeah.
meddling
Yeah.
in other people's lives.
Well, that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
like you don't know how things are gonna pan out, so you don't
Yeah.
do. That's why
Yeah.
you
Don't do
stop
it, yeah.
eventually doing the dumbest shit you can think of in the moment, like
Yeah.
so that you
Yeah.
don't have shit while out on you. Yeah,
You
need to
don't
keep
want shit to
control of it.
while out on you,
I
says
don't.
Randy. Wise man
I
Randy
like to
wants
stay in the fridge where I belong.
Damn.
violent
I don't
ass
know, like-
Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and rate this thing out of 5, boys. Let's do it. Rand Diesel, why don't you kick us off out of 5? How do you feel?
Yeah, so like nostalgia plays a heavy part in my feelings towards this movie, but I'm going to try and set some of that aside and be pretty objective as I can pull off. And we've talked a lot about the things we like about this movie. There's a lot of it, man. Like I'm very fixated on the parts that I do like, but there's stuff that's not so great. Like the Lily Sobieski character is underwritten. They don't know what to do with her. She's there for eye candy and for bargaining chip purposes only, and it just kind of sucks for her.
What's
like
the
I
problem with
wish
that?
she. All right, I'll let you field that question. Voice of women on this
Oh, boy.
podcast.
Yeah.
Also, like, R.I.P. to the man, but I don't particularly love Paul Walker's acting in general. Like, it's just not that impressive. It just hits not very realistic to me. but I love Steve Zahn's acting. I love like the way he performs a goofy character like this. And for him to like be as lovable as he is, even while the character is just like one of the biggest cooters and dirtbags in the world, is pretty impressive. It's an incredible line to straddle. But he is like he's ultimately that character is an unlikable protagonist. So you've got an unlikable protagonist and then a likable protagonist that isn't as well acted, and then you've got the useless chick, as they would put it in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I don't know, like there's problems with like the formation of this trio. Um, this movie is built around Rusty Nail as a concept and as a spooky character, and I think they kind of nail that. They make what is ultimately just like a trucker, just a dude working a job, into one of the scariest fucking things. Not one of the scariest, but a pretty spooky fucking thing. Something that is menacing and haunting. And they do it by keeping him off camera most of the time. So I don't know. Like, I like the look of this movie. Some of the beats maybe are a little unnecessary. It does feel like the writing doesn't know what to do with these characters' relationships specifically. Like it kind of sets things up and then backs off of them, and then kind of sets up other things and kind of backs off of them. And ultimately, it doesn't lead to a whole lot. So those are kind of like that's kind of the big negative for me when I'm being critical about this. I just kind of love this movie though, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4, and probably a good full star of that is just out of pure nostalgia, I think. I enjoy this movie, man. I wish there were a few more like it these days.
Randy left his final star in the fridge, unfortunately. Juice,
right.
how do you feel out of 5?
Yeah, I feel a very similar kind of way. This is just a really fun movie to watch. I don't know how much of it is nostalgia, probably a decent amount, but at the same time, I mean, there's been movies where you really like them when you're younger, you watch them again, you're like, "Ooh, okay, yeah, that wasn't so good." And I just didn't feel that way. I've never really felt that way anytime I revisit this movie. I think it holds up pretty good. I think the thrills are good, and I'm kind of one of those people, I completely understand it, because there are other actors like the dude who's in Pacific Rim. He kind of comes to mind, where some people like aren't bothered by the acting, and then some people just like, "Ooh, that's not a good actor."
Oh, you mean Idris Elba? You don't like?
Oh yeah, that's definitely
yeah.
No, what is that dude's
Famously
name?
not
I know
Charlie something maybe.
Hunnam.
Yeah,
yes,
something like
Charlie
that.
Hunnam. Yeah. That dude is not great. I agree.
No, yeah, but so Paul Walker's kind of one of those, but he's one of those where he doesn't really bother me. I get it, but he represents this kind of like simple kind of guy, and I guess I've known a couple of those who just he kind of feels relatable to me. I don't know. So it didn't his acting didn't bother me. I do agree that Vena like doesn't really have anything to do. And also to that kind of recap in the middle of film, like this is what we've been doing. It's like a little jarring, and it gets a little slow, I guess, but I really love the tension that they set up. I love how they play with this environment, with the signs and the radio and the truck stops and just the uncertainty of it all and the motels. It's just really fun. And like, is the car gonna start? Do we have enough gas? And like, oh, we can't contact anybody. It's just got a lot of really fun, isolating, spooky kind of elements that give it just real like natural tension. I'm gonna echo Randy. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5, and definitely there's nostalgia built into that. But I mean, I do think that this is still a fun thriller, and love that jaw rip. That's pretty iconic too. So it's got some good horror moments as well. Bob,
All right.
out of 5, where are you gonna rate this?
Yo.
And consider the DVD too. I mean, there's a lot of cool options there. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
I'm considering the DVD.
Just kidding.
I love this movie. Obviously, it's the reason I chose it for us to talk about on the show, and I'm happy that we're able to actually have a full conversation on it now after all these years. definitely influential for me. Definitely have nostalgia goggles on, like we've all said a million times already. But I do think, upon several rewatches, this movie is infinitely entertaining. It where it does lack in maybe some of the writing and the character development, I do think it makes up for that in really, really strong, like situational um horror, I guess, or situational tension, like the way it builds, like there's like just so many like little building blocks like in this movie that overall build just a very, very tense movie, I guess. Like these little vignettes happen throughout it, and like each time one pops up, it's just building on the last. The glaring issue with this would be, like, as Randy likes to put it, the woman in the fridge, like Venna, the character of Venna, is just like so insanely underwritten and underutilized, and it's rough. I mean, she shows up halfway in the movie and immediately gets stolen, and then these, you know, white dudes have to go save her, and it's kind of rough. Definitely not something I picked up on the first time I saw it, but it sticks out now. Other than that, though, I don't have any major complaints. I think Rusty Nail is a very formidable foe, and like the voice that they chose is just absolutely fantastic. He has that another line that we didn't mention. He's talking about how, like, what the police do whenever they find a body that they can't identify. So they cut off their fingers and their jaw, and they put it in a jar. Like, that shit is fucking, man. Just everything that dude says is amazing. I love it. Um, yeah, I think we kind of wax poetically about this enough. Great starter horror. A lot of slasher DNA in this. Um, I don't think I can give it anything less than a 5. I mean, at least a half star of that
Damn.
is nostalgia. I know it's not a perfect movie. I think it's a great, very successful thriller. I think overall what they're trying to do, they're very successful in doing it. J.J. Abrams, this being one of his earlier movies, I guess you get a sense of maybe the struggle that he was having writing this with his co-writer, but I think overall what they landed on, even though it might not be perfectly written, I think it is a really, really great, tight little thriller. So with
Yeah.
some nostalgia, 5 from your boy Bob. That's gonna make our aggregate a 4.3 for Joyride.
We also kind of forgot to mention the very end where he kind of comes back on the radio and does the little
Yeah.
like, and the rain washes it all away.
Little tropey, but
Yeah.
People
it was
inside.
good. It was fine. It was like, I think it's better than the other ways to end this movie. I thought, like, out of
He
like
says
all
that
of
at the
those-
beginning too. I think it like bookends the movie.
Oh yeah, it does. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of like setup and knockdown later. There's a lot of
Looking
setup early.
And it's a
forward
cool idea
to the
too that they really
store.
don't know anything about like this CB handle Rusty Nail. And
Yeah.
he
I don't
maybe
think they
drives
ever
a
see his
truck.
his tag number or
Yeah,
like
his face,
Mhm.
description of him.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah, it's
smart.
pretty fucked up. I guess maybe Vena sees his face. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But they did make 2 sequels to this. I've not seen either one. I believe it's a completely different cast for both of those movies,
Oh,
though.
no.
I'm
So
sure.
I'm sure they're not
I
great.
have very little interest in seeing those, to be honest
I
with you,
will
which
not
is
watch.
surprising.
I take off your bra.
I do want to see Joe Bob Briggs talk about this movie, though. I feel like he would have a ton to say.
Yeah.
This is such an America-coded film. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
he would have a ton to bring.
Bunch
to
of
the
like
table on that.
trucker trivia.
Americana.
Yeah.
Talk about the first truck stop ever built, whatever,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Hmm.
I would be down for that too. Rand Diesel, why don't you take us over to our Rotten Tomatoes segment?
Aye, aye, Captain. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these gentlemen guess within the best of their abilities what the aggregate positive score is on RottenTomatoes.com for Joyride, starting with the tomatometer or the critical score, and then moving on to the poopometer or the user score. There are 116 critical scores aggregated here, 116 reviews pooled together on the tomatometer. So, Juice, why don't you start us off tonight? Out of those 116 reviews, what percentage of them would you say are positive?
I feel like this is gonna be one of those movies where critics are gonna kind of turn their nose up at it. I'm just getting that kind of feeling. I think it could have that kind of pedigree where we really love it, but critics are kind of snooty about it. So I'm going to go a little lower than definitely what we think. And I'm going to say 55.
Okay.
55.
All right. 55 it is.
50.
Bob, where are you going with this one? Above? Under?
I think
go?
Juice is on the right track here. This is a crowd pleaser. This is a popcorn flick. Yeah, a thriller, a highway horror, if you will. I don't necessarily think critics are gonna think too much about this, but I think I'll take the over. I'll just take a 60 flat, please.
60 flat. Okay. Well, I am not smoking, so my mathematical skills are returning to me.
Nice.
What little I have are available to me. You guys are not quite in the right range. 14 percentage point difference here. And the correct percentage is 74%. Bob, you're going to walk away with this one.
All right.
Not too shabby.
Wrong?
Oh.
Yeah, I was totally off the mark on that one.
We skeeting tonight.
Thank God.
Oh, Skeet's back on the menu, boys.
God damn!
It's been building up. It's been so long.
I'd take off your bra.
Oh,
Whoa,
man.
Bob.
Hot tub Christianity.
Got some moves there, my guy. I like your moves.
I know you do, bruh. No, you do.
Gets
Well
them every
done,
time,
Bob.
by the way. That's a little tip there for you know,
Keeps it in
you
every
time.
youngins.
You take the bra off. For all the
Yeah, I like to leave it on.
young people listening to
the
the show.
young lads.
If
who
there are
need a
young
little-
people listening to us, turn it off. Go to church.
Well,
Something.
don't do that.
something else.
Don't do that, yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't know. Do something.
rather you
I'm
take a
not getting
bra.
sued over some
take a bra
lack
off,
of
yeah.
attention to what their children are listening to.
You said young people,
All right.
Randy. Okay.
Not children.
I meant
You
children.
said
I think that
children.
we. What? Okay. Whatever.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Anyway,
what are
here we
doing?
go.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes. Let's move over to the poopometer. There are 50,000 plus ratings on this user score scale. We're going to go in reverse order and let Bob take a first bite at this apple. Of those 50,000 plus, what percentage do you think are positive?
I like going in reverse, Randy.
Reverse.
Yeah, I think this is, like I said, this is a crowd pleaser. So 74 on the critics. I typically would say I would expect the audience to be higher, but that's pretty high already. I'll go with a 79.
79. All right.
Hmm.
Soju, bring up the rear here. What are we
Yeah.
doing? 79 over, 79 under. Where are you going?
I was off on my prediction before, so I'm gonna go up high. I'm gonna say 70. Still kind of keep it
70.
capped, Scotch.
Okay, all right. So 70 from Soju, 79 from Bob. Well, you guys are much, much closer and much more in the realm here. One of you is just 4 percentage points away from the correct answer. That correct answer, of course, being 66%. Soju's going to walk away with this one. And I was shocked that the user score was even a little bit
Interesting.
lower than the critics.
Yeah.
Route 66.
I thought the critics would be really snobby about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I-
Interesting.
I could see that too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have assumed that if I hadn't seen it already. So I'm chalking up partially to the vast difference in number of reviews aggregated, but still
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, it's a
Um,
good way to start our 12th year, boys, with Skeet and Yeet.
Hell
There
yeah.
it is.
Hell,
Year
Skeet
12.
and Yeet.
Hell,
Year
Skeet and
12.
Yeet. Year 12, kicking off
Starting it off
spooky
right.
season. We're doing it. We're doing
Our,
it.
yep. Next year we should have a bar mitzvah for the show. All right.
What is it?
The critics
Quinceañera?
Quinceañera.
Quinceañera,
Yeah.
We are cultured.
We are
Um,
becoming women.
Finally turning into the woman I was always meant to be.
Throw me a party. You do that at 16, though, I believe.
Oh,
the
is it?
quinceañera.
I
don't
think so,
really
yeah.
know.
Anyway, critics' consensus
We'll get
reads
there.
as follows. A well-constructed B-movie thriller, Joyride keeps up the necessary level of tension and chills. Critics also liked Zahn's performance as the goofball older brother. Standout performance. Hell yeah. I love that Steve
Standout.
Zahn got called out as maybe like, I don't know. He's not clearly this movie is built around a different character. He is kind of a support character that through sheer force of like being fun to watch is like the standout. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. Ooh,
Sorry, 15,
Steve Zahn,
15 on
ooh.
the quinceanera there. For
Okay.
you gotta get it right. We can do them all. We'll just do them all. It's fine.
We're gonna do them
Every
all.
birthday matters. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So why don't we read some negative reviews then real quick, see if they're any fun, and then we're gonna move right on.
Let's get negative.
Here's the first negative review that I found. It's a dumb movie. Statement.
Well,
All
that's
right,
just
great.
like your opinion, man.
Nailed it.
Here's one more. Maybe it's a wonderful inside joke, a suspenseless suspense film. Ooh, lay into him, Big Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't
You're
agree.
you're wrong, dog.
I ain't scared of no bear trucker.
Give it time.
Sounds like
All right,
you
let's
might
just
be
call it a day on this segment.
waiting on one.
I think we need to figure out what's going on with trivia.
Bring on the bear
Bob.
truckers. No,
Blow that air horn, Big Bear.
Mm,
Damn. That's God's air horn.
Sounds
All
like
right,
a
yeah.
wild night.
Let's do a little bit of trivia.
It's totally time for trivia.
That is a wild night. Woo.
Sounds
All
like
right.
some pink champagne was had.
It's
Bubbly.
my favorite.
I have some bubble guts this evening.
Had one too many glasses of pink champagne.
Oh.
I'd still like to take off your bra.
Give me your bra. Anyway, go Bob.
All right, $23 million budget. This movie grossed $36 million at the box office. So I don't know if it really made its money back, given advertising and all that shit, which is kind of
Wait,
surprising.
When do we know the exact date that this was released? I'm looking that up now.
Oh yeah,
July 7th. Okay, so this was pre 9/11 by a matter of months. I was wondering if
Damn,
maybe like
yeah.
that had impacted sales or something.
Could be.
I don't know, like
I
during its
assume
theater
horror
run,
kind of
but-
took a dip that year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh wait, no, that's not. I'm sorry. This is a different. July 7th is a different Joyride. It's that one that came out in 2023. I'm gonna look this up.
Brand Diesel. Yeah, I'll keep reading. The speaking voice for Rusty Nail was provided by Ted Levine. Most famous for portraying Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Although Ted Levine provides Rusty Nail's voice, he actually wasn't brought in until post-production. And physically, Rusty Nail's played by the hulking actor Matthew Kimbrough. Yeah, that's wild. So I guess they must have just had somebody reading his lines, whoever.
Oh, so this came out in October or no, September at TIFF, and then October 5th in a wide release in 2001. So yeah, I think maybe that did have something.
Yeah,
to
that
do
might
with it.
explain it. Damn.
Jeez. I mean, I don't necessarily see this as being a tentpole feature, even in the best of times, but this was fucking a month. Like this release date at TIFF was 2 days before 9/11, and then they actually distributed it early October, like a month later. So maybe people needed the escape, but I don't know. I don't think a lot of people weren't doing at that time, weren't going out and doing and have out for a good time. Certainly not centered around senseless murders.
Driving things into things. Yeah, not what you want to go see. For the nighttime chase scenes, the headlights of the truck and cars were replaced by aircraft landing lights for extra brightness, which helped bring down the exposure enough to keep the sky consistently black, even at early dawn.
Okay.
Filmmaking trick there for you. Tobey Maguire was originally attached to the role of Lewis.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's got a little bit, because they're trying to sell Lewis as kind of this nerdy guy who's chasing this girl, but Paul Walker is,
Yeah, hopeless romantic pining
Yeah.
guy. But
Yeah,
Paul
that would
Walker
be
is
Tobey
a sex
Maguire.
pot by any
Yeah,
definition.
yeah.
So
Randy.
look,
Whoa.
get real, guys. Let's not fuck around here. Call it what it is.
He's
I want
okay.
to fuck around.
He's a mid-5 at best.
Oh my god.
Damn. Man, what is a 10?
Well,
yeah.
looking at
that
it,
makes
Bob.
me like a
there-
1.5.
The
I don't
alley
know.
and
Like,
the oop. There it is.
mm,
Freddie Prinze Jr. apparently was also in consideration for the role, but Paul Walker got it. Like I said, there's a couple sequels. They're called Joyride 2 Dead Ahead came out in 2008, and Joyride 3 Roadkill came out in 2014. So if you've seen those, let us know
14, damn.
how those are,
I have a pretty good guess.
I think they're probably pretty good.
Maybe they're
The fact that
Maybe
we
they're
haven't
roadkill.
heard about them really solidifies how these
They're
hidden
direct-to-video
gems,
sequels too.
they're still hidden. We gotta uncover
They're
them,
so
discover
good,
them.
they're always hidden.
It's just too good for eyeballs. That's all the trivia I got, though. Let's go and talk Cooter of the Week.
Let's do it.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a cooter and why do we hunt them?
Well, Cooter's character type and a straight chillin' exclusive. Exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a cooter, but we want the cooter with the most points. The 5 points of cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I think we got a pretty clear cooter this week. Maybe,
Yeah, we do.
Maybe more than one, actually.
Maybe two. Yeah, maybe two.
I think
Possibly,
two
but
popped up in my mind. But I mean,
Jesus
we got to
Christ.
go Rusty now first, right?
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Do-
start with him.
Okay, fine, if you say so.
Rusty now. Manipulation,
Check.
Sure.
check.
Sure.
Overall
For sure.
patheticness.
Sure.
Think he's
I
gonna
think
get
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
got he's
take off your
incel
bra,
coded whether
come
he
on.
knows it or not.
Yeah.
Um,
That he
take
does
off
any
your
of
bra.
this is kind of pathetic. Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of like fucking McLovin in Superbad about to get laid and him saying to the woman, "I've got a boner." It's
I
like
got a
that.
boner.
I don't know what to say, but I got to say something.
The like sing-songy way he says it too is
It's so
amazing. I got a boner.
So manipulation and patheticness. Smug arrogance, would we say?
I don't know, man. I think he's like,
The way he's
I
playing with
think
this
the
food is
he was
kind of smug
humiliated,
arrogance,
so
right? Yeah.
yeah, but I think that comes out of like sheer like cruelty and like vengeance,
Yeah.
a feeling of vengeance.
Okay.
I don't know that it comes from like him
Yeah.
feeling all too good about himself. He feels like an insecure
Yeah.
character, and that's what's making him lash out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
Sexual deviance.
good.
Not really.
He's picking up hookers over the radio.
We don't know she's a hooker. We just know she's a trucker with or a person with a CB.
Well, he
radio.
knows she's
What do you
already
mean? Like-
planning to meet Black Sheep, right?
Well, that's. I mean, she
Yeah,
chose
I
him,
assume
and
she's
she seduces
loose.
him.
Yeah.
That's not. That is a consenting adult, theoretically.
They
Except
all
if-
seem on the level, and like if he really wanted to do some fucked up shit, like he had two women bound,
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
and he
true.
doesn't.
he did that again out of retribution. Though I don't think, as far as we know, he never like sexually assaults anybody or goes after anybody
Yeah.
specifically with
Kind
sexual
of a good
violence. in
guy
mind.
when you think about it.
I think
When-
he's a good
When you
dude.
think about it, he's amazing.
He's a good
He
dude.
Just
really
innocent, man.
represents the average American man, I think. You know?
He likes
Unfortunately, very true.
to take
Um,
off your bra.
That's a little deviant. I mean, I assume those are supposed to stay on.
They say, yeah, I don't want to see any skin.
Man, we're
Trying to
getting
protect
puritanical in this
your
bitch.
dignity.
Okay.
with the longest skirt.
Get your hand off my penis!
We're joking,
Damn.
by the way. These are jokes.
You can tell because
I'm
they're
joking
funny.
too.
What? It's just a prank, bro.
But so has he got like 2 out of?
Yeah, okay. That's
Looking at Tyra, we don't even
man.
really know what he looks.
You know-
like.
You know who hits though?
Your boy
Steve
Steve
goddamn Zahn.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
mother.
I'm telling you,
fuck.
minimum 4. Minimum
Okay,
4.
so let's go
down
for
the
it.
list.
Manipulation.
Absolutely. He is dying to prank bro.
Yeah. Smug arrogance. Yeah, the way he's
Absolutely.
chewing people out, even though he's causing all the bullshit.
Dude, when he's like giving Lewis shit for not keeping an eye on whatever Venna or whatever in the cornfield, like took her eyes off her. I was like, motherfucker, you had designs on her like not 5 minutes ago. Where the fuck were you?
Yeah,
you can't blame
that's
that
so
on him.
fucked up. How he like forces himself, like not physically forces himself, but like refuses to leave her alone. He's like, I'm making you alcohol now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's messed up, man.
yeah.
Ugh.
He's very much playing hardball with his company. Shall we
And he's
say.
older too, because
And he's older,
he's the
and
older brother, and we know that him and Lewis and Ben are the same age. So
He's
and he
I'd
knows
say
his,
he's pretty pathetic. I would say
pretty pathetic. Yeah, I mean his
Needs
life
his
is in
younger brother
shit,
just to
and
pick him up in a
theoretically it's
shitty
just because his
car,
dad
yeah.
was a plumber that didn't love him.
Yeah,
as
smug
much.
arrogance.
I-
The way he like chews out his dad over just working a normal job. What the
Yeah.
fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Fuck you. You can't
think-
like hold down a job first, bitch.
Yeah.
everything but looking at Tyre, I think. 'Cause he's, let's be real, he's got a tight ass. So
Sexual deviancy,
He's
though.
got
We
a
didn't hit on that one, did we?
tight ass.
well, he's like
Sexual. I think that we did.
forcing
because
himself into
he's
a
trying-
room and like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
He's
all
like,
that,
he's
Also,
playing
too,
hard
hitting on your
hard
brother's
salesman.
crush is
is fucking
Absolutely.
fucked up. It is.
And
It's not
especially when you
cool.
pretend to get permission while he's
Mean.
passed
He's
out. in the
passed
bed next
out.
to you.
Yeah.
your best
like-
friend's
fucking
crush.
loser.
That's another thing, but I mean, your brother.
Oh yeah. That's but when you're related,
No,
you
that's the
know.
line. But your
Oh,
boys,
yeah,
that's
that's the line.
okay. You know.
if your
Oh, I
blood
snake my boy's girl all the time.
man, I was,
Fucking ridiculous. No, it's
let's move
he's
on.
clearly
I
that's
can't-
4.
I
That's
can't.
4. like-
yeah, that's 4 out of 5 for sure.
I can't
yeah.
keep
The one
track
he
of all
doesn't
of
get
Bob's
is
girls
looking at
having
It is every one of them, to be clear. It is
Yeah.
quite literally.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that.
Stop hitting on my mother
There's some truth to that too.
and all of my sisters
yeah, there's some truth to that.
and my aunts
yeah.
and cousins.
This is the day the
damn.
podcast falls apart.
Full
Oh,
circle.
man.
Yeah, Steve Zahn's.
You'll never steal Rob's true love, Sweet Lady Blue.
That's true, Bob. You got Blue on lock.
True. You don't hit on her, you just yell at her. You scream and yell. You cost more than Bob says.
My boy's better than you.
You freeloading stack of blues. Get out. You gotta get.
He could have had a jet ski, a houseboat.
You know, we're living in a society.
and he's stuck with you.
I could be in the water on his ski.
Could be getting
All right,
laid
yeah.
on a jet ski right now.
Oh,
Yeah, that
man.
sounds uncomfortable.
Steve's
Steve's on though. I think Steve's on.
Yeah,
Gotta
Steve's
be it.
on.
Oh,
number
you would
one.
you would lay Steve's on a jet ski?
I would rail Steve's on a jet ski.
All right, that's
Did
my
you see
boy.
that ass? Did you see it?
But,
All right, yeah. He's a
4 out of
cooter.
5, man. Cooter of the week, Steve Zahn. Never
Yeah.
thought that I'd have to say those words.
Yeah, still funny. Still funny.
Mhm.
All right, I think we
Still
got
the
him.
funniest part of the show.
We got
Lock
him.
him up.
Got him.
Boys, I think we got time for what we've been watching. Let's do it.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Rand Diesel, what you been watching?
Really just not that much. Over Labor Day weekend, though, I did finish mopping up in DK Bonanza. I think I've 100%ed it, unless there's anything that I somehow missed. But yeah, that's a fun fucking game. It was very addictive, very hard to put down, and now I kind of don't. I kind of want to keep playing, but there's nothing to do. So I guess I'm just not gonna. Um, it's a fun game, man. Really, really fun. I also kind of passively watched Maxine for the first time since theaters while I was doing a little bit of work, and that was enjoyable, man. It's a pretty solid background horror watch, honestly. Especially, I just wanted to put something on because we're like, the weather's starting to turn. It's starting to get pumpkiny out there, and I want a little bit extra horror in my diet. So yeah, I enjoyed that. And then I did manage to squeeze in a viewing of The Toxic Avenger in theaters, which, I have a lot of thoughts on this that I'm probably going to put into a mini episode on the Patreon once I find the time to record that. But go see it in theaters if you get the chance. Is my recommendation to you, sweet listeners. So yeah, I really got a kick out of that movie. So
Nice.
there you go.
Juice, what
That's
you
it.
been watching?
Not a whole lot, but I think the biggest thing movie-wise, I watched a movie called The Housemaid, which is a 1960s South Korean film. It's kind of like their Psycho. It's like a black and white film, but it's about this family who brings in a housemaid who ultimately kind of like plagues the family in a spooky kind of way. Black and white movie. Yeah, it was good. It was very interesting to see.
Dude,
Huh?
I just watched a Korean movie that has almost the same plot. Not the same movie though. It's called Suddenly in the Dark.
I don't think I've
Have you
seen
heard of
that
that?
movie.
It's from the 80s, I believe, like mid 80s or something. It's interesting that it's like very, very similar in plot though.
Probably inspired by that. But yeah, I wonder
Maybe.
who made. I wonder if it's the same director. Let me check it out. Suddenly in the Dark. Who made it? Where's the Wikipedia? I'll keep an eye out. But
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen that one. How was it?
It was pretty cool. Maybe a little redundant,
Yeah.
but like visually, it had a lot of like visual tricks that it was playing with. It looked really, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, different director. So I watched that and I started watching that Alien Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
Alien, is that what it's called? Yeah,
Yeah.
and so far, man, I wanted to watch it because it's been getting a lot of praise, but so far there's just so much fucking dialogue explaining shit, just like telling you everything. They're trying to fill out this world in just like 20 minutes time, just telling you everything. It's a lot. I will say they've got the aesthetic down. The aesthetic so far of what I've seen is looking really clean. It's just the fucking explaining is bothering me. And I'm hoping we can like get past it at some point and I can finally like get into the fucking show. But so far I'm frustrated with that. And I've been watching some of the Twilight Zone a little bit too, kind of getting in the spooky season and preparing a little bit for my discussion of Tower of Terror with Nicole, because that is based off of like, or I mean, the ride is inspired by the Twilight Zone. So, and I think that's all. I feel like there was one more thing. Damn it, what was I? Oh, I guess that's all. Yeah. So, Bob, what you been watching?
A handful of things. Made it to the theater twice over the holiday weekend here. Ended up watching Jaws for its 50th anniversary on the big screen, and it was like a 4K restoration. And I'd seen Jaws on the big screen a lot, but like the 4K restoration, man, you can see there's definitely some things that you can see that you could not see before. There's this one shot of a lifeguard sort of like standing on a lookout, and the camera's below him, and you just see in that dude's shorts. It's like wild. Very, very crystal clear.
Hamana, hamana.
Whoa.
We're hunting
Plus,
for dick.
plus a half star for the dick. Had a little like intro from Spielberg at the beginning too, which was kind of a nice little touch. I also got to see the Toxic Avenger remake in the theaters, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, for sure. Really, really, really goofy in a good way. And I think Macon Blair, I don't know, like I don't know that I've seen him any movie that he had directed before that I'm aware of, anyways.
There's a couple, but like they're very. I looked this up and I'm gonna do it now again. But as far as like directing credits, I think it's
Right, yeah.
just a couple of like a movie called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, 2017,
Right. Yeah, I
and
forgot he did
then
that.
an episode of Room 104, which I have not seen.
Okay.
I've not seen either of those.
I liked it though. Overall, I liked it. The aesthetic was like very, very appealing to me. Obviously, it had more money than the original did. I'm not a huge fan of the Toxic Avenger series. It's like a fucking chore for me to get through one of them, honestly. So my bar was kind of low for this. I overall really did enjoy it. I was surprised after having watched it because, it got this big unrated release and it sat on the shelf for like at least a year, maybe longer, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess they just didn't know what to do with it because it was so crazy and out there or whatever. I gotta say, this was like not that crazy and out there. So I don't know what the holdup was
I was so
necessarily.
like, yeah, like fucking Legendary Pictures said it was unreleasable, but I don't know how
It's
they
Yeah,
thought
not.
that.
Yeah.
building up
Unless
that
it was just
hype, huh?
a ruse, but it's
Yeah,
like a long time, a protracted ruse, if that is what it
it
was.
was unrated, but like I cannot see why it couldn't just be R. I
For
have
real.
no idea why.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So not that crazy, but yeah, I had a good time with it. Real silly. I would recommend checking it out. Generally speaking, I think it's a pretty fun theater watch.
All right.
Hmm.
Show it some love. I also started watching. There's a new like three-part documentary that just came out on Netflix called Come Hell and High Water, and it's another retrospective on Hurricane Katrina since it's the 20th anniversary, or it was last week, the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And this was also produced by Spike Lee. I want to say this is like his third Katrina documentary that he's done.
It's at least
And
a second, yeah.
it's extremely well made. It's yeah, like I said, three parts. The first two are like about an hour long, the third one's an hour and a half long. And I've only seen the first two. We started the third one and had to like take a breathe. It's just so sad, man. We had to like take a breather.
Hmm.
Really well made though, and it's yeah, it's just a bummer, man. It's really fucking sad. I'd
It's a
recommend
bummer, man.
checking it out though if you just don't really know what went down. It's very eye-opening. They obviously interview a ton of people that were there living in the city at the time, and then the general that was like appointed to actually go in and help get people out and like save people. They interview him a lot, which is really interesting. Definitely some details that I was unaware of. Come Hell and High Water, check that out. Also, Dinner Time Live is back on Netflix with your boy Chef David Chang, and I just love that shit. It's he cooks a meal for two people every Tuesday, I think, at like 7, and it's just an hour long, and they chat, and he makes a meal that's like tailored to them specifically, and I just love watching that shit. It's great. I recommend it for sure. That's
All
it.
right.
That's what I've been watching. And we do have two voicemails this week actually, so let's jump over into our hotline screens.
Hotline screen.
If you guys would like to call in and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up, we're hearing from our friend Nouse. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey guys, it's Shaboy Knas here again. First of all, I want to say, Bob, I don't care how you say my name. You can say Nas, you can say Knas, you can say whatever you want. And then at work today, I listened to y'all's episode of Bliss. Not gonna lie, I almost forgot everything y'all said besides the bloodied Yabos because like that episode was so, I don't know what the hell was happening with y'all, but it was crazy. Also remember the prom y'all gave us, it was like road trips, crazy road trip stories. So I'll give you one. We were like with the whole family, we were going somewhere here in Belgium, and we had TVs, like small TVs, mounted on the seat of the passenger and the driver, and my grandma was next to me. We were like watching movies in the car, and we were watching Edward Norton Hulk, the Hulk, Incredible Hulk movie, and yeah, my grandma had her own Hulks. I had Edward Norton Hulk, and she had the 2001 Hulk. I don't know who played him again, but we were like arguing. So I'm like, my Hulk is better. No, my Hulk is better. And then all of a sudden, mid argument, I have to puke like crazy, man. I puked the whole car full. I puked on my grandma's feet, and because I puked on my grandma's feet, she puked all over my feet, and the car was just one puke mess, man. It was crazy. It was like, oh my god. Yeah, and then we had to pull over and something, and it was disgusting. But anyways, that was my story. I liked the episode. It was crazy. It was crazy. That's all I can say. But keep chilling, guys. Bye bye.
Nice
Ooh, that sounds
puking
rough.
story there.
Boys,
Yeah.
would you rather sit in a car full of puke or shit? What do you think? If somebody had to have an accident in that
No.
on a road trip, like if somebody's sitting in the back and they're either gonna puke everywhere or shit themselves, what would you?
I guess shit because it's more contained.
Yeah, like I was
Nope.
thinking shit too, because if somebody pukes, the smell and like the sound makes me want to puke too. Like I will puke too. But if somebody shits, it's not gonna make me want to shit myself.
I think either one is gonna make me want to puke. Actually, so like
That's the
Actually,
thing, is like I'm more
yeah.
likely to want to puke because of the shit smell.
Yeah,
and like
actually,
speaking as somebody
maybe.
who has personally been in the car with somebody that the three of us all know, as he has shat
Oh
his own
yeah,
pants.
my boy.
I can tell you that shit blisters your nostrils. It is insane what like in this you say
should
it's
have
contained.
puked.
It's not. It's contained entirely within the whatever cubic
Nah.
you
feet
should
of
have
your
just
vehicle
puked on
is.
his crotch, and then the puke smell will cover up the shit smell.
Oh yeah, they cancel out, of course.
They
After that,
do.
it smells like roses.
That's science. That's
But no, like I don't have the problem where like I see puke, I smell puke, and I'm like instantly
No,
like,
dude,
feeling
that
like
shit
I'm gonna
makes
puke.
me
I
wanna
wouldn't feel
puke
good.
immediately.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
I'm not that
smells.
sensitive to it.
I can like see puke,
Even the
and it doesn't
sound,
bother
if
me.
I start hear people like legitimately gagging, I might start being like,
Oh no, it's just the
Mm.
smell that gets. I can't stand the smell.
ugh.
Either way, I'm probably gonna hurl. Honestly, so
Yeah.
If you're
It's
gonna
neither.
It's
I don't
doo-doo
wanna-
draws or cummy draws all over again, boys, right?
It's which team are you?
We all know Bob's team
Oh.
cummy draws.
Yeah, of course. I feel like most people.
We don't
would
need
be.
to relitigate that.
Anyway,
classic.
Thanks
court
for calling, Nouse. That's wild. I love that your grandma just returned the favor, puked all
Yeah.
over your ass.
That's a
I said
bonding
my
moment.
Hulk is better. Fucking bah.
They
Nice.
argued so hard about the Hulk that they puked on each
They
other.
puked on each other. That's just family, baby. That's what family does.
That's what
That's
family.
what family's
is,
for.
man. That's what family's all about.
Yeah. So yeah, we threw out the road trip prompt last week since we were talking about Joyride this week, and Nouse did mention that. So next up, we're gonna hear from Heidi, and she's got some more road trip stories. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Hell yeah.
Hey guys, it's Heidi. I was calling in with some road trip stories for this coming week's episode. I guess I'll try to make it quick so I don't get cut off, but as you might remember from Slack, I'm an RVer. My husband and Sean and I bought a travel trailer a decade ago, and now we've upgraded. And anyway, we take long road trips cross country. And on one of our first ones, when we were driving to McCall, Idaho from Austin, we hit something. We didn't know what it was. It was dark at night, and we saw what looked like a bird fly by, and it made a thud, and we're like, oh shit, okay, I guess, we hit it. And we thought nothing of it. We knew it'd be a bird, but then hours later, when we got to our stop for the night, we realized the bird was stuck in the grill of our truck, and it was huge. His arms were spread out. He got himself shoved in that grill, and he was dead, obviously, but we had to get a stick and knock him off of it. He was stiff, and it was just so huge and so gross. And yeah, he was a big black crow. God knows what, I don't know birds, but he was nasty. And so that was crazy. And then this past summer, when we went to Arizona, again from Austin, we had to stop for a first stop for the night, and we were trying to beat the tornado watch that was coming our way, and we were almost there, about an hour from Lubbock, our first stop for the night, and we had to pull over twice for tornado watch for the first time, and the second time it was golf ball sized hail that we were watching for. So we pulled over and, watched the weather on our weather app, but it was just so scary, and we considered grabbing the kids and the dog and getting out of the truck and, trying to find high land. But luckily the rain was only going to be 8 minutes, and, it felt so scary and the water was coming up, but we managed to wait it out and get out of it. And fortunately, another driver saw us, and he agreed to drive in front of us to break the water so we could get back to the highway when we had just pulled right off the highway. We weren't too far off of it. But anyway, that was scary. And, it's not easy when you're, hauling a big trailer. And you get stuck in some weather. So that was insane and scary, but it was okay, and grateful for weather app. Otherwise, we would have been clueless about when the rain would end. So those are some crazy stories. There's always crazy characters we meet too. And like the manager at our RV park this past summer was, I don't know, he reminded me of a cartoon. He was like King of the Hill, Dale, or Boomhauer. I get him mixed up, but he never.
Try as you might, you will get cut off on this show.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Heidi. She did call back and told a little bit more about the Boomhauer experience. This shirtless gentleman who was like the manager of the RV park they were staying at, who was just a bit of a character. Which, yeah, I mean, the road is treacherous, man. It sounds like you guys experienced a lot of shit, running over stuff, golf ball sized hail, tornadoes. Peculiar.
You almost got caught in the suck zone.
Yeah.
Whoa! Don't tease me with a good time.
I personally like
in the suck zone.
I've done quite a bit of like traveling across country at this point, and there was that one. So I feel like I've had to have covered this on the show at some point or another when it happened. I'm sure, but we got caught in a giant fucking blizzard that knocked out all like driving
just a couple years ago, wasn't it?
That was like 4 or 5 years ago now. Yeah, it was a while ago now, but we got like, and I'm talking like 10 miles from home, like not far from here, but the power was knocked out. It was we managed to squeak into a Holiday Inn parking lot or something that was iced over, and there no power anywhere. They couldn't book anybody. They couldn't do anything. Most they could do was let us use the bathroom with our fucking phone lights. I had like a 16th of a tank of gas. We were fucking freezing and had no recourse except to eat the leftovers in our car and blanket up with anything we could find. And we had the puppy with us too. So it was bullshit. I don't recommend it. But yeah, I do love traveling cross country, and
dude,
that sort of shit
I remember
happen.
When that happened, your like phone eventually did die, and then we just didn't hear from you for like at least a day, and we're like, is Randy okay? Like,
because I think you said we're gonna have to sleep in the car or whatever.
Yeah,
we did, and like that was the one where like it was covered on national news where like people were supposedly eating dog food on the highways because they couldn't get anywhere, like all kinds of shit. We were fortunate to have like some actual food on us. So.
That's why you got to get road snacks. You got to stop and get the road snacks.
You got to get the combos. Top road snacks. What are we doing? What are we?
Ooh, good road snacks. You don't want stuff that's going to leave too much, dust or sticky on your hands. But
we like to bring like peanut butter PBJ fixins and stuff like that ready to go. So.
Pack Sammys. But yeah, I like something that's got like a bag you can kind of keep open, like dip in. So maybe like some M&Ms are good, or some Skittles.
I usually go with either like a trail mix or like a
Trail
bag
mix
of
is good,
cashews,
yeah.
some sort of like
Yeah.
nut
It's a good call,
situation.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
some granola or something. Yeah, something
yeah.
that's like munchable. Cheez-Its is a good one for me.
If you're not driving, maybe some boiled peanuts. You know,
Oh,
you
of
can manage the
course.
boiled.
Well, those are the
boiled
ones you
peanuts.
got. You
Farnos.
stop off. You know, you got to stop off and get yourself some boiled
Oh
peanuts.
yeah.
Stop off and pop.
Wait,
boiled peanuts.
before it starts, you get yourself a good convenience store stop. Get your drink going. Get your snacks open. But then, yeah, when you see the boiled peanuts, you got to stop off.
Yeah, you get them from the
Mhm.
dude on the side of the road, and they're
Yeah.
you know, it's like you get 3 pounds for 75 cents or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Get the Cajun.
God,
boiled peanuts.
Best,
yes.
like one of the best things, like when we were traveling Pacific Coast Highway in California, was like if you went off any given road, there was a pretty good chance you would come across a pretty solid fucking fruit stand and be able to get like one of the most giant, delicious apples you could find anywhere. It was good. So I like that sort of thing when you're in a regional specialty nearby.
Fresh fruit Randy over here.
Yeah.
Look at
Fucking
you.
road trip. I want to take a road trip right now. I'm like ready to go.
Let's go roading, boys.
Candy.
We've been on some road trips
candy.
together, boys. Feel.
We have.
Yeah, a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Orlando, New Orleans,
Yeah,
The usual
Tampa.
suspects.
Tampa, Tallahassee, Gainesville.
Tallahassee, yeah.
We should do a for real straight chilling road tour.
We'll just cast from the road the whole time.
Hell yeah, dude. 90 hours.
Once we
of
go on
fucking-
tour, you know, we're getting so big now that we gotta do these tours that are gonna pay for that. It's gonna fund
They're
that
gonna pay for
lifestyle.
us to come somewhere and do this.
Dude, we're gonna buy a hearse and then install a podcast studio in the back.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Bitch, you're speaking my language right now. This is turning into a legit fantasy at this
We'll
point.
put a bed back there, and I'll like if somebody can sleep while somebody else is driving.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Deal.
I think
Done.
I think like
We did
let's
it.
get Heidi to rent us her RV and we'll make it work.
We won't wreck the shit out of it.
Nope. There won't be a series of errors, humorous errors, and hijinks that ensue. I promise.
I've got a Class A license. I can drive it. It's fine.
And we're all so young that we could totally live that kind of lifestyle, you know, and just roughing it on the
Absolutely. Yeah.
road. That's a young man's game, and we're young
And
men.
thank God we're young.
Thank God for our eternal youth.
Call in next week. Again, if you guys would like to leave a voicemail, hit us up at 904-638-3231. I like the road trip theme, honestly. If you guys are, just hearing the prompt for the first time, call in with road trip stories.
Yeah, you got
favorite
any
road
good
trips.
autumn season road trips, you know? Leaves are changing. A lot of people go traveling. You got any good spooky season road trips?
Have you ever been haunted by a spooky ghost while on the road, like in the Conjuring franchise, for example?
Spooky
That's right.
ghost or
Yeah, Randy's spilling the boiled penis over here. We're talking about The Conjuring Last Rites next week, dropping in theaters this Friday. So check out The Conjuring Last Rites. Get
boys,
ready for
here
next
we
week's
go
show.
again. What number is this? 4, 5? Where are we
He's number
at?
4.
With some prequels,
God
though,
willing,
too,
they stick
and
to
some
Oh yeah, I'm not
spin-offs and
just
some-
the Conjuring movies. There's 4
Yeah.
Conjuring
Oh my
movies.
God. When
But
was the
this
last
is
one?
Like
Like
fucking the
COVID,
goddamn
right?
Avengers at this point. Like,
Oh God.
how many Annabelle movies alone are there? Like,
This is, I think, the 9th like Conjuring universe movie. I think
I
number
can't
9.
remember half of those.
Jesus.
Because there's 3 Annabelles, there's 2 nuns, there's 4 Conjurings, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's that La Llorona movie if you want to count
Oh,
that. So
yeah.
9 or 10, depending on how you want to.
And there's like 2 good ones.
Jesus. All right.
There's a lot. Yeah, if you hauntings, yeah, if you've experienced any kind of spooky stuff in your home or elsewhere, call in. We
Motel
love
6,
a good
for example.
dude. A haunted motel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A haunted road.
Fan, Bob.
God, I love the Innkeepers. It's so good.
Oh.
Yeah, call in hauntings and road trips 904-638-3231. We'll be back next week talking about The Conjuring Last Rites. Hit us up on social media. We're everywhere. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast. We'll pop right up. If you'd like to join us on the daily Slack channel Conversations, hit us up on one of those social media outlets and I'll send you a link so you can do so. Happy spooky season, y'all. And until next week, as always, everybody, please keep chilling.
Candy cane.
You made him wait for it.